Hello and welcome to Beaver OffRoad on YouTube. What I'm going to show you today is how to get the ECU out if you want to do an ECU upgrade. What we're doing right now is we're looking at the back of the machine. This is where you will enter the area to get to the ECU. You'll see the engine cover is off already. It's to the right of the engine. You can see the shiny box up in right hand corner in the little area below the roll cage. There's a gray panel that you could, let me get my pointer here. You could remove this panel to access the back bolt if you want, but it's not absolutely necessary. You can get to it pretty easy through reaching through here. This is the ECU unit that's up underneath there. I'll give you a little better shot in a second. So what you need to do is you need to remove the engine cover till you can get to the unit. You're going to need a socket. I'm going to use an extension for the outside. It's 12 millimeter. You're going to loosen the bolt on the back side of the bracket, and then we'll remove the bolt on the left side of the bracket, and that'll allow the bracket to fall down. We can pull the ECU out and disconnect it. And I'll set up the camera to give you a little better view of inside where the ECU is, and I'll show you how to remove that and disconnect it. Here with the ECU, the back bolt, it's in the back here. You just need to loosen that a few turns. You don't really want to pull it all the way out. And then the other bolt is on this side of the bracket. I've already got it loose in inches of time. So all we have to do is remove that bolt out of there and try to do it in such a way without dropping it. Now we can kind of just pull that bracket down and set it down out of the way, and the ECU will come out of there. Fairly easy. And now what you want to do is just lay it out here. Okay, we have the ECU out and just laying on the engine cover because my connector is still connected. What there is, really easy to disconnect. You grab, there's a slide connector, a slide lock that holds the whole connector down. A small little handle on the back side. You can just grab that slide and pull it out. And of course, like I said, everything always works easier when I'm not doing it for the camera. And the camera's not in the way. You just slide that out till it stops. You'll even see when you do it, that just comes off. That's the whole ECU unit right there. That's what you want to look for. It should say this is made by Continental, Ford Cherry. And when you get done, you're going to send this whole unit to BOR, and we'll give you a description on how to do that in just a second. Now once you have the ECU unit out, what you're going to do is you're going to take the whole unit, and preferably if you have a piece of bubble wrap around, we want to wrap that up in a bubble wrap and just lay it around. Fold that over on each end. You don't necessarily have to tape that. It'll be pretty secure in that unit right there. What I want you to do is when you send this to BOR for your upgrade, I'm going to ask that you send it to me in priority mail today. Is the best. It's about $6, $7 to ship depending on your location. What you're going to look for is a small box priority mail. This is just one of the folding units that you fold it into a box shape, and it comes out looking like this, which is the perfect unit. Now you wanna be careful when you do your label, because I've had the post office mess this up before. You can see that it's usually the same as a letter from up in the upper left corner to goes here. Just make sure that you don't get those switched around, or else they'll end up mailing it back to you. Even if they read it wrong, they'll end up mailing it back to you. But once you have the unit wrapped, you go to the post office, get one of these small boxes. All you need to do is stuff that inside there, put it on, use the self-sealing adhesive, zip it up, address it to Beaver Off-Road at 5401 Watson Road, Beaverton, Michigan 48612. And as soon as I get my hands on it, we will start processing it. One other thing we do is that when I go through the unit, after we get it all done, we will also put an additional waterproof coating on the board that helps protect it a little bit more when it's in your unit. And that's about all there is to shipping it, to getting out of the machine, and to shipping it to me. So it's not really too complicated to make sure it's wrapped up. The only thing I ask is that if for some reason you don't have bubble wrap and you're going to mail this out, use a cotton rag or old piece of t-shirt. Don't wrap it in paper, newspaper, or that brown paper that you get in packages. Paper picks up static electricity very quickly, and wrapping it in paper and putting it in this box, and as it goes through the post office being processed and some of the mailing centers, it may actually ride on a conveyor belt. And doing so, that paper can pick up electricity, and we don't want to have any chances that any damage happens to the ECU. So I ask that you wrap it in either bubble wrap or a cloth rag, put it in the box, seal it up, address it, and off it goes. And that's how you get the ECU out of your unit and how you prepare it to mail to BOR for an upgrade. And I hope this gives you a little more information, and have a good